Oh god. Oh my god, this is so much heavier than it looks. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. That broke my arm. Well, that was my arm workout for the year. Hello everyone. Today I am once again joined by everyone's favorite. Willow is once again here. She is once again going to be sleeping on my lap. If you guys saw my last video where I talk about my recent reads, Willow took a nap on my lap because this is the usual time that she naps, and then it's a perfect time for me to film. So she is going to be taking a nap on my lap like last time. She did snore in the last video, but your comments were very sweet and they said that it was nice ambiance and you guys liked listening to Willow snore, so I'm very glad because she might be snoring again. So yes, Willow, you're gonna take your nap, right? Thank you. Thank you. So she's gonna take her nap and I'm going to talk about books. Today's video is about the books that I got for my birthday, which was in October. It is the end of November, so it's a bit delayed, but it's here. So whether it's delayed or on time, it doesn't matter, I'm doing it. So yes, I have a nice little stack of books from so many people that I love, and I just feel very, very grateful and honored that they want to gift me my favorite things, which are books, for my birthday. So where do I even begin? There are so many. I think I'll just start with the first on my stack. This is actually from my cousin Michelle. She ordered it a little while ago, but it was delayed in getting here, so she just gave it to me a few weekends ago, so I'm glad that I held out on the video because then now I can include it. And that is, I showed it recently. It is The Art of Winnie the Pooh, How E.H. Shepard Illustrated an Icon. And I talked about this in my recent reads video. I've been talking a lot about A.A. Milne and E.H. Shepard for different children's book reasons. As I'm sure you guys know, I keep blabbing about it on my channel with like me writing my own children's story and illustrating my own children's story and all that stuff. So this has been a really, really great companion to look through and get inspiration from. This is basically the story of how E.H. Shepard came to befriend A.A. Milne, the writer of Winnie the Pooh, and then how they worked together to create the Winnie the Pooh that we know and love. And it is filled with some amazing, never before seen sketches. We have full color illustrations, we have spot illustrations, all amazing stuff, like his pencil sketches and then more watercolor finished works. It's just amazing. So, and it has photographs from when he was younger and just throughout his life. Willow is situating herself on my lap, okay? And I have just been adoring going through this, so thank you so much, Michelle. I don't know if you're watching this, but I absolutely love it, and it's something that I will forever be going back to because it's just a wonderful source of inspiration, and it's just such a gorgeous book. So very, very excited about that one. I feel like that's gonna fall. I'm gonna put that up there. Then the next book I got is from my two wonderful friends, Anna and Brian, and they got me this gorgeous Penguin cloth-bound classic. This is the Penguin Book of Christmas Stories from, of course, Corley Bigford Smith, who does the Penguin cloth-bound classics in English Library, and I adore all of her work, and I'm so excited to add this to my collection. This is actually a bit smaller than the regular Penguin cloth bounds. Can you tell? Yeah, so it is quite smaller, which I love. Random fact about me, I really, really love small books. I think they're just so sweet and charming and easy to hold, and I just think they're adorable. So I love that this is a bit smaller, and the design is gorgeous. It has reindeer and birds and stars and a rabbit, which just everything I love is on this cover. And it of course has a quote on the back. So this is, yes, just a book of Christmas stories edited by Jessica Harrison. And it says on the back, "Here and there over the white plain, the bright fires shone out from the farmhouse windows, and down below the illuminated city sent up a glow of heaven, like the reflection from a great furnace." I actually don't know what that's from. I'll have to see. What is in here? Oh wow, a lot. I haven't even looked in it yet. Okay. We have so many stories in here. This is amazing. Oh wow. Okay, some that I want to point out is Hans Christian Andersen's The Fir Tree, which is one of my very favorites. We also have Fyodor Dostoevsky's A Christmas Party and a Wedding. We have Anton Chekhov, Boys. Frank O'Hara, Christmas Morning. Dylan Thomas, A Child's Christmas in Wales. Ray Bradbury, The Gift. Shirley Jackson, A Visit to the Bank. Italo Calvino's Santa's Children, Angela Carter, The Ghost Ships. Yeah, these are amazing, and even more. I'm just reading out the ones that are speaking to me. Willow, are you alright? She keeps fidgeting. Okay, I think she's good now. Oh, I'm so incredibly excited to read these. Yay! So thank you, Anna and Brian. Also don't know if you're watching this, but love you guys. And then the next two books are from my incredibly kind and dear friend, Kiara. She is from Australia. She and I met through Instagram a while ago, and she is just one of the sweetest people I have met. And she very kindly got me two books. And the first one that she got me is Rebecca West's The Return of the Soldier. And this gorgeous edition, I don't think I have any of these, but it is the Viragos, and I think it's so beautiful. I love how they have that repeat pattern, and it's also a bit shiny. I love that. I actually don't know what exactly The Return of the Soldier is about, but I do, of course, Return of the Soldier, it's a war story, and Kiara and I both love war stories, so I'm so excited. It says on the back, when Chris Baldry returns from the trenches so badly traumatized that the last 15 years of his life have been expunged from his memory, the three women who love him most are forced into a radical re-examination of their own past lives. Courageous and compassionate, The Return of the Soldier delineates the long-term consequences of war in ways that are as relevant today as they were in 1918 when the book first appeared. Ultimately, and without ever lapsing into easy sentiment, Rebecca West paints a portrait of the redeeming power of love. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. Oh wow, I don't know if Kiara has read this. I'll have to ask her, but maybe we could read it together. Oh, that sounds amazing. And then she also got me the Russian dual language book of Yevgeny Onegin in Russian and English. And it has the iconic illustration on the cover. So when you open it up, it has the English on the left side and the Russian on the right side. If I ever actually try to learn Russian, which I feel like I just don't have enough time to dedicate to learning a new language right now, but I would love to eventually, someday, hopefully, try to learn Russian. This will come in very handy, and I just, like, there's something so beautiful about the Russian alphabet, and just seeing the translation side by side is amazing, so I can't wait to read from this. It says, read Pushkin's Yevgeny Onegin in Russian without the need for a dictionary with this edition. Bringing you Pushkin's entire masterpiece, this edition's Russian and English word-by-word translation are displayed side by side on each page, the stress labeled in bold for each Russian word, thereby eliminating the need for a dictionary. This edition is a must for Russian language learners and Russian literature lovers wanting to read Pushkin's original story. Oh, that sounds amazing! Oh my god! Yeah, so that's perfect. And thank you so much, Kiara. I love you very dearly, and these are just amazing, so I love them very much. The next book that I have is from my wonderful friend Kira from her YouTube channel, Kira Foster, and she is the one that I do the Rory Gilmore 24-hour readathons with, and she got me Beatrix Potter, A Life in Nature by Linda Lear, forward by James Rebanks, and oh my god. The second that I opened this, I immediately wanted to start reading it, but it is quite chunky, and I'm in the middle of so many books right now that I have to hold myself back. But this is basically what it says on the tin. It is Beatrix Potter's life in nature. So it's semi-biographical, but also it just details her life, not only in general, but also her connection to nature. And it does have some photographs and some reprints of her work. Oh god, Yeah, the more that I learn about Beatrix Potter, the more I feel like she and I kind of share, not share a soul, but we're very similar, which is just, you know, very heartwarming for me, but maybe that's just me. Oh, okay. Here's proof. So this is Beatrix Potter. It says, with her spaniel, Spot. So she had a spaniel, you can see in that picture, named Spot. I have a spaniel. She is a Cavalier King Charles spaniel and a Cocker spaniel. You guys saw. I don't want to move her because she's now sleeping comfortably. But we even had similar dogs. She also had like a million pets growing up. I had so many like bizarre pets growing up. And she wanted to go into the sciences, but because she was a woman, she wasn't really accepted, and she couldn't put herself into that, you know, role as a scientist or a naturalist. Well, eventually she did with her conservation work, but anyway, and then for me, I really wanted to go into marine biology and I really wanted to work with animals, but my science brain is not there. This is an artist's brain, not a, you know, technical science brain, so I didn't go into biology, but I do illustrate animals and I love illustrating nature, so it's like in my own way I tried to connect that, and Beatrix Potter did the same thing. So it's just wonderful to see myself in someone that I admire so much, and yeah, it's just very heartwarming. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of boasting myself up. I am definitely not Beatrix Potter, nowhere near that level of genius. The next book is from my gorgeous friend Mary, and she is from Mary Among Stories. Her YouTube channel is amazing and so cozy, and she just, all her videos warm my heart and just are the ultimate coziness. And she got me Ghost Ways by Robert Macfarlane, Stanley Donwood, and Dan Richards. So it's 2 journeys in unique places, and Robert Macfarlane is one of my favorite writers. He is also one of my favorite songwriters because he just collaborated on an album with Johnny Flynn, who I am just Johnny Flynn. Oh my god, I love Johnny Flynn. Yeah, so I love him. He writes beautiful poetry, beautiful nonfiction about nature. I think you can hear. Can you hear Willow? She has started snoring. Anyway, so I'm just incredibly excited to read this book. So it says, a hauntingly beautiful diptych of works inspired by Robert Macfarlane's travels with celebrated collaborators to 2 eerie corners of England. That sounds amazing. And it's illustrated as well, which is just incredible. It's pen and ink sketches, which I love pen and ink. That's a lot of the work that I use is with pen and ink, so seeing that through other illustrators and artists' work is so inspiring. Yeah, it looks so beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to read this, and it's nice and short too. Thank you so much, Mary. I adore this. Mary also very kindly got me another book, and that is The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery. And this is a standalone of Ellen Montgomery's. She wrote the amazing Anne of Green Gables series, which is one of my favorite book series ever. I love her writing. No one writes like Ellen Montgomery. No one writes descriptions like Ellen Montgomery. She makes everything magical and enchanting, and just, I love the way that she names things. Her characters are so just lovely and heartwarming, and they feel like friends, and so I can't wait to feel the same way about The Blue Castle, because I have read Anne of Green Gables, and I also read the first Emily of New Moon book, which I think there are 3 books. I've only read the first one. I would love to continue with the series, and I'm so excited to read The Blue Castle. So again, don't really know what this one is about. It says, when dreams come true. All her life, Valancy Sterling, what an amazing name. Ella Montgomery is so good at naming characters. Valancy Sterling lived on a quiet little street in an ugly little house and never dared to contradict her domineering mother and her unforgiving aunt. Then she gets a letter and decides that very day things need to change. For the first time in her life, she does exactly what she wants to and says exactly what she feels. At first her family thinks she's gone around the bend, but soon Valancy discovers more surprises and adventures than she ever thought possible. She also finds her one true love and the real-life version of the Blue Castle that she was sure only existed in her dreams. It just sounds so wonderful. It just sounds so Ella Montgomery, and I can't wait to read it. Also, I love this cover, and knowing that it's from Mary. Mary and I share a lot of love for similar stories, especially like middle grade and children's literature. I feel like we both really, really appreciate. So yes, thank you so much, Mary. It means the world to me that you got me those 2 books. And then the next book is from my wonderful friend, hilarious friend, just the sweetest, Sarah from Sarah's Perusals. Her YouTube channel she never ceases to make me laugh and to just put a smile on my face. And so she got me Notes from a Dead House by Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is the Everyman's Library edition translated by Richard Pevere and Larissa Volokonsky. I love the Everyman's editions because I think they're so well made. The paper quality is amazing. The hardbacks are just so nice and sturdy, and I love reading from them. And now that it's from Sarah makes it even more special. So I have rediscovered my love for Dostoevsky this year because I read Crime and Punishment, I think a year ago or last year or the year before, and I kind of went into it with no knowledge of Dostoevsky, and it sort of hindered my appreciation of his work. So I think I went about it the wrong way, but now I'm going about it the right way, and I have fallen in love with Fyodor Dostoevsky's writing. So very happy to add this to my collection. Do I know what this book is about? Indeed, I don't. Okay. We will also read the inside flap. In 1849, Fyodor Dostoevsky was sentenced to 4 years at hard labor in a Siberian prison camp for advocating socialism. The novel he wrote after his relief, based on notes he smuggled out, not only brought him fame, but has since been hailed as the first great prison memoir. Notes from a Dead House, sometimes translated as The House of the Dead, is filled with vivid details of brutal punishment, shocking conditions, and the psychological effects of the loss of freedom and hope, but also of the feuds and betrayals, the moments of comedy, and the acts of kindness the author observed among his fellow prisoners. Whoa. I mean, now that I'm reading that synopsis, I do remember that that's what this is about. I can't imagine. I'm currently reading Resurrection by, Fyodor Dostoevsky. No, by Leo Tolstoy, my man. And it's talking about our main character who is sentenced to Siberia as well. And it's heartbreaking, and devastating to read about what people went through in those times and just being sentenced to Siberia, and also just the conditions that the Russian law system was under, just everything about that time period, and just it's just heartbreaking. And I love learning about it because I find it fascinating. It's like the same thing of how I feel about learning about war, and especially the world wars I'm really interested in. I haven't actually read a lot of World War I or II books this year, which is surprising because I usually read a lot of them, but I have been reading a lot of Russian Revolution and that type of war stories. So anyway, it's heartbreaking on one hand, and then on the other hand, I just find it incredibly fascinating that these events actually happened. Because living in modern day as a modern person, learning about these things, yes, you know that they happened, but I think it's kind of baffling to really think about them and to put yourself into that position. So I think reading about them makes it even more shocking, or just even more affecting to a reader and just to a person. So yes, love this cover as well. It's so minimal, but I think it's really stark and very captivating. So yes, love this. Well, I don't know if I love it yet. I haven't read it yet, but I love that I got it from Sarah, so thank you. The next book that I got is from my wonderful Dickens versus Tolstoy co-host, Emma, from her YouTube channel, Emmy, and she got me Silver Skates, Hans Brinker, or The Silver Skates by Mary Mapes Dodge. And this was turned into a Netflix series or movie. I think it was a mini-series, and I have gotten recommended it in the comments before, so I'm very excited that Emma got it for me. Emma put the funniest note in here. So she said, "Happy birthday. I wish this was 2 plane tickets to Russia." Me too, Emma. Me too. I'm just gonna read the preface. It's a bit long, so maybe I'll just read the first paragraph. This little work aims to combine the instructive features of a book of travels with the interest of a domestic tale. Throughout its pages, the descriptions of Dutch localities, customs, and general characteristics have been given with scrupulous care. Many of its incidents are drawn from life, and the story of Raf Brinker is founded strictly upon fact. While acknowledging my obligations to many well-known writers on Dutch history, literature, and art, I turn with a special gratitude to those kind Holland friends who, with generous zeal, have taken many a backward glance at their country for my sake, seeing it as it looked 20 years ago, when the Brinker home stood unnoticed in sunlight and shadow. Wow. And so it is, a Dutch classic, which I don't think I've ever read a Dutch classic before, so I'm always so interested to read different classics from other countries. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them down below. I'm always interested. And this sounds amazing. And then I think after I read it, it would be great for the winter time. Oh, it's illustrated as well. Is it? I just saw one illustration. No, I don't think so. Oh wait, yes it is. Okay. A select few illustrations in here. So beautiful. But I think this would be nice to read in the winter time, so hopefully I'll read it soon, and then I'll watch the miniseries on Netflix. I really love foreign films. I do believe it's in Dutch, I think. So I love foreign films, and there's something about, I think reading subtitles is so fun for me because it's combining, films and reading, films and books. It's oh, I'm just gonna read a movie. Does that make sense? I don't know. And then the next 2 books are from my dear friend Sam. He very, very kindly got me 2 amazing books, and I will save the best for last. But the first one that he got me is also amazing, and that is Quiet Flows the Dawn. Look at this thing, by Mikhail Sholokhov. This is the winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. It is edited by Brian Murphy, and it is absolutely huge. We are going to be reading this throughout 2022. It's gonna, I just can't imagine how long this is going to take us, but it'll be a wild ride. So, do I know what this book is really about? Vaguely. Okay, should I read the inside flap or the back? I'm gonna read the inside flap. Okay. Quiet Flows the Dawn is a panoramic view of 10 years of Cossack life in the Don region of Russia. Set in the turbulent years of the First World War, the Revolution, and the Civil War, it deals unblinkingly with the main questions confronting the war's communist regime. How much ruthlessness can be practiced in order to establish Soviet power? Oh wow, so this, definitely a war story, which I love. The long savagery of the Russian Civil War brutalizes many of those who are caught up in it on either side. Many of the Don Cossacks are farmers, content to pursue their hard-working lives and to stand aside from the fateful clash between whites and reds. But they are drawn ineluctably into the bitter conflict, and, through the eyes of Sholokhov's vivid cast of characters, we see how families and friends are divided in the name of reordering society, and their way of life destroyed forever. Woo! Man. Heavy stuff, literally and figuratively. On the back it says, the first complete single-volume edition in an uncensored, fully revised translation. So this book is really hard to find. It usually comes in, you can easily find the first volume, and then the complete volumes are really hard to find in one bind-up. But Sam found this. He has this exact edition too, so he very, very generously sent it to me for my birthday, and I'm excited to read it. I think he's a bit more excited than I am. I think I am more scared than I am excited. I am excited, very, very excited, because this is everything that I'm interested in terms of learning about so much Russian history. The concept of battle really interests me, and war and the effects that it has in society. All those themes that I love about Russian literature are in this book, and so I have a feeling I'm going to love it. I am just quite scared of just the sheer size. Because, are you kidding me? That's huge. That's huge. But you know, that's okay. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have so much fun. Wish me luck. Okay. And then the next book that he got me is one of my very favorites, and that is Essays and Letters of Leo Tolstoy. That's spine. Oh my gosh, that's spine. So, like I said before, I love small books. This is a nice teeny tiny book with beautiful gold foiling, and this was published, so it has an inscription from 1958, and it was published in 1903. This is the mod translation, which I absolutely love the mods, and this came out in 1903, which is exactly when these letters finished. So the preface says, "The articles in this volume of Essays and Letters all belong to one period of Tolstoy's career, the years 1888 to 1903. So this book was published when Tolstoy was alive. It has survived all these years, and now it has a home with me. I love it very, very dearly, and I am just so excited to read it because I think this is one of those books that I'm just going to like read throughout, not really like read it in one go. I think I'm just going to read it maybe throughout the year, pick like an essay or a letter every week or something like that. I think it will just be really fun to also be very careful because I feel like it's like, oh, I don't even want to touch it. It's just a precious gem. But yes, so thank you so much, Sam. I love both of these books and I can't wait to read them. So very, very happy to have these to my Russian lit collection. I think we are on to the last book, if I'm not forgetting any, which I don't think I am. The last book is from my cousin Nina, and she got me Vincent van Gogh, Van Gogh and the Writers Who Inspired Him by Marielle Guzzoni. And this, first of all, how gorgeous is this cover? Absolutely love it. This is for a video idea that I have. You guys can kind of guess at what it's going to be about by what this book is about, but I really thought that it would be great if I had this book to accompany my Vincent van Gogh as a reader video idea that I have. And yeah, so anyway, without being elusive, on the back it has a quote. It says, "Books and reality and art are the same kind of thing for me." Wow, that just spoke to my soul. That just spoke to my soul. Okay, explore Van Gogh's musings on his favorite writers, including Henri de Balzac, Charles Blanc, Charles Dickens, Erckmann, Chatrain, Edmond and Jules de Goncourt, Homer, Victor Hugo, Thomas à Kempis, Pierre Loti, Guy de Maupassant, Jules Michelet, I think, William Shakespeare, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and Émile Zola. So these are a lot of French writers. He has his famous paintings. Is it in here? I wonder if they, yes, oh my gosh, here we go. He has his paintings where he painted a lot of books, a lot of still lifes with books, and he has one of them, one of my favorites is Still Life of French Novels, and oh yeah, see, it does have a lot of paintings in here too. Wonderful. Oh, hey, look, Charles Dickens' The Christmas Books, 5 volumes in first editions. Oh, wow. Oh my god, yeah, so this is fascinating. So yes, this is about Vincent van Gogh as a reader and the books that he loved. And, oh, here it is, yeah, Piles of French Novels. That's the painting that I was just referring to. Can't wait to read this, and basically I'll just talk to you guys about the video idea that I have. I basically want to do a video where I read a selection, not all of them because that would take me way too long, a selection of Vincent van Gogh's favorite books to understand him not only as an artist but as a reader, because I think that when we look to artists or to people that we admire from history, and we look at them as one thing. Like, people aren't just one thing. He wasn't just an artist. He was a reader, and he was influenced by the books that he read. Same as for me. I am not only just an illustrator, I am not only just a reader, I'm not only just a writer, but I am influenced by each of those different things, and they each influence one another. So I'm really interested in that concept, and I find it fascinating too. Like, Charles Dickens as a playwright, and because he loved the theater and he was so interested in performance, and I think that that translates in his writing so clearly. And I also just love learning about, like, Charles Dickens too, like their favorite books, different artists and writers and creatives' favorite books, because I think it just says so much about a person. Like, their favorite books and the books that they love and that they read say so much about people. So yes, anyway, I think this book says a lot about me because, you know, I'm in love with art history. Vince Van Gogh's one of my favorite writers, and I am very much interested in the books that he read and how they influenced his work. I feel very lucky that the people in my life that I care about very dearly want to fill my life with books that I will also care about very dearly. I think that is all. Willow is still sleeping on my lap. Before I say goodbye, I will just prop her up. She's like, is this gonna be a regular thing? I'm gonna nap while you film, but then you're just gonna keep waking me up. Okay? Look at her eyes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you're excited about me reading any of these books, and then I will try to prioritize them so I can let you know how they are. I would love it if you could recommend me some books. If you're reading any books that you think are worth mentioning or that I would enjoy, or classics from different countries, I would love to get those recommendations. I always really appreciate when you guys recommend me books because it just, I don't know, makes it more special than me like just randomly finding a book. I love hearing about other books from people that also love them. It gives me more of a connection to the books. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I am just boring Willow. She's just yawning away. Okay, thank you so much for watching. How many times have I said that now? I hope you're having a very, very wonderful day. I hope I didn't bore you as much as I bored my dog. And I will see you soon in another video. Happy reading. Willow, say goodbye.